Hello, welcome to part 3 of this series. Let's move to our 51st question. Normally, in standing position, the center of gravity lies option A 5 cm anterior to second sacral vertebra, option B 5 cm posterior to second sacral vertebra, option C around umbilicus, option D 5 cm anterior to second lumbar vertebra. And the answer is option A 5 cm anterior to second sacral vertebra. Moving to our 52nd question. Third class lever system have always insufficient for which one of the following reasons? Option A. The effort arm is longer than the load arm. Option B. The effort force required is less than the load force. Option C. The fulcrum lies between the effort and the load. Option D. The load arm is longer than the effort arm. And the answer is option D. The load arm is longer than the effort arm. Moving to our 53rd question. The distal tibiofibular joint is a option A synosmosis, option B synarthrosis, option C synchondrosis, option D none of the above, and the answer is option A synosmosis. Moving to our 54th question. The function of the meniscus is option A shock absorber, option B lubrication nutrition, option C load distribution, option D all of the above, and the answer is option D all of the above. Moving to our 55th question. Patellofemoral joint is option A hinge joint, option B a least congruent joint, option C more congruent joint, option D none of the above, and the answer is option B a least congruent joint. Moving to our 56th question. What gives the relationship between the effort arm to the resistance arm? Option A mechanical advantage, option B torque, option C both A and B, option D none of the above, and the answer is option A mechanical advantage. Moving to our 57th question. Biceps brachii as an elbow flexor is most effective at dash elbow flexion range. Option A 45 degree, option B 60 degree, option C 90 degree, option D 120 degree, and the answer is option C 90 degree. Moving to our 58th question. Shear stress is more in option A coxa vara, option B coxa valga, option C femoral anteversion, option D femoral retroversion, and the answer is option A coxa vara. Moving to a 59th question. The axis of rotation lies in dash during the locking of the knee. Option A medial condyle, option B intercondylar region, option C lateral condyle, option D none of the above, and the answer is option C lateral condyle. Moving to our 60th question. Second class lever will always have a lever arm. Option E equal to 1, option B more than 1, option C less than 1, option D more than 2, and the answer is option B more than 1. Moving to our 61st question. Center of pressure means option A center of gravity of the foot, option B center of gravity of the body, option C point of application of the resultant ground reaction force, option D none of the above, and the answer is option C point of application of the resultant ground reaction force. Moving to our 62nd question. Which muscle around the hip is analogous to deltoid? Option A gluteus maximus, option B gluteus minimus, option C gluteus medius, option D iliopsoas, and the answer is option C gluteus medius. Moving to our 63rd question. Compressive force in normal walking on the knee joint is option A 2 to 3 times body weight, option B same as the body weight, option C 4 to 5 times the body weight, option D none of the above, and the answer is option A 2 to 3 times the body weight. Moving to our 64th question. Delayed onset of muscle soreness is more severe at option A 5 to 10 hours, option B 10 to 30 hours, option C 30 to 45 hours, option D 45 to 60 hours, and the answer is option D 45 to 60 hours. Moving to our 65th question. Which knee joint ligament helps in locking? Option A ACL anterior cruciate ligament, option B PCL posterior cruciate ligament, option C LCL lateral collateral ligament, option D posterior capsule, and the answer is option B PCL. Moving to our 66th question. Which one of the muscle is not included in the best answers? Option A gracilis, option B semimembranosus, option C semitendinosus, option D sartorius, and the answer is option B semimembranosus. Moving to our 67th question. When the spine becomes flat, there is a increased pressure on the option A facets, option B ligaments, option C disc, option D body, and the answer is option C disc. Moving to our 68th question. During complete shoulder abduction, the clavicular movement is option A elevation and anterior rotation, option B elevation and the posterior rotation, option C depression and the posterior rotation, option D depression and the posterior rotation, and the answer is option B elevation and the posterior rotation. Moving to our 69th question. Injury rate is higher in which of the following exercise training? Option A concentric, option B eccentric, option C plyometric, option D in all of the above, and the answer is option C plyometric. Moving to our 70th question. The force frequency relationship between the tonic muscle is option A linear, option B ramp and plateau, option C curve, option D none of the above, and the answer is option B ramp and the plateau. Moving to our 71st question. The ligament subjected to the tensile stress during the backswing or the cook-up position of throwing a ball is option A annular ligament, option B MCL medial collateral ligament, option C lateral collateral ligament or LCL, option D quadrate ligament, and the answer is option B MCL or medial collateral ligament. Moving to our 72nd question. Accessory movement is not option A necessary to completion of the joint range of motion, option B passively occurs, option C under voluntary control, and the answer is option C under voluntary control. Moving to our 73rd question. Which of the following is essential for greater stability? Option A larger BOS, that's base of support, option B closer COG, that's center of gravity, option C LOG outside the BOS, option D both A and B, and the answer is option D both A and B. Moving to our 74th question. The long head of the triceps becomes actively insufficient when the elbow is in extension and shoulder in option A flexion, option B hyperextension, option C maximum flexion, option D abduction, and the answer is option B hyperextension. Moving to our 75th question. What muscle controls with the position of the ankle joint at the heel strike? Option A, eccentric contraction of the anterior tibialis. Option B, eccentric contraction of the gastrocnemius and soleus. Option C, concentric contraction of the anterior tibialis. Option D, concentric contraction of the gastrocnemius and soleus. And the answer is option A, eccentric contraction of the anterior tibialis. So that's all for today. If you need clarification for any of the question, do comment in the comment box. I'll be back with part 4 of this series soon. So do subscribe to this channel. Thank you.